Thank you, and you may be seated. Where do we start? Advocate Dina.
Good morning, Justice. Justice, we have received a report from the counsel representing Dr. Manamela that she's apparently not available this morning. She's not well. She'll be seeing a doctor. And down. So I would allow her to address the Justice. Thank you.
Very well, thank you.
Morning, Justice.
Yes, good morning.
I've got instructions that my client is actually not feeling well today. And in fact, what I've got is that yesterday she thought that maybe she might have been tired and it will be better by this morning. And she had prepared to come here, but things got worse. So that being the case, I've requested that the matter stand down because I've been advised that she's going to the doctor, so that maybe I will suggest that by 11:30, then maybe she would have seen the doctor, and I can actually advise as to what did the doctor recommend, because it will be futile for us to actually postpone this matter. It might be possible that the doctor might recommend that by tomorrow she will be all right. So I don't know, and I can't speculate. That being the case, I request that the matter stand down. She get to attend to the doctor, and then when we come back, and then I will be able to address as per the recommendation of the doctor. That is what.
When did Dr. Manamela fall ill?
What I've got, the indication is that yesterday after she got ill, but she thought that she might have been tired, and she thought that maybe if in the morning she will be feeling much better.
The question is, when? Was it after the hearing?
I'm not quite certain, but the information I got is that yesterday.
Advocate Hassan.
Morning, Justice Moseneke.
What should I do? What should we do?
I'm not sure that we have much choice. If the witness is ill and is being seen to by a doctor, then we need to hear from the doctor. So I think what would be useful is if we had a doctor's note from the witness. And I'm not sure I understand correctly whether we are standing down in order to get further instructions as to when Dr. Manamela will be available, or whether we're standing down in order to proceed later today or not. So perhaps my colleague could just provide a bit more clarity as to whether he's saying we should stand down, we basically postpone until tomorrow. Whether there's any chance that Dr.
Well, let's
Manamela
find out, or whenever. I don't know we don't know what the doctor's note will say.
Yes.
It may tell us she can only do this in January, or whenever. So, but let's.
My
I think let's clear that up with your colleague here, so the rest of council don't ask the same thing. But are you done with your remarks before I turn over to him?
Yes, I am, Justice. We are in the hands of the doctor, I think, which is the doctor attending to Dr. Manamela.
Well, in the meantime, I think you should prepare and tell me what is the law in arbitration when a witness does not appear. In a regular court, it's uncomplicated. you issue a warrant and pend it until further attendance. Otherwise, the subpoena lapses. Then you have to reissue it. And that is how criminal courts normally manage that situation, by issuing a warrant of arrest which is suspended pending a further appearance. In these circumstances, it will be interesting to hear from counsel what the law requires of me as arbitrator in these circumstances. Do you know what is your actual request? That we stand down until 11 o'clock? Then you'll know better from the doctor. I thought that's what I understood you to say.
Yes, because the reason why I request that we stand until 11:30, the reason being that we don't know what the doctor will say.
Yes.
Possibilities that the doctor might say that by tomorrow she will be ready. Therefore, should we postpone, I think that will be futile. So we better stand down until 11:30. Then we find out what are the recommendations of the doctor.
Will your client be here at 11:30?
No.
Or you don't know?
I don't know. But I don't think so. I don't think so. So as...
Sorry, okay, why don't you think so?
No, it's my opinion, and which I'm not comfortable to indicate as to why, other than the fact that I've been told that she's sick. So it will be fair that we stand down until 11:30 and get what the doctor would have recommended.
Okay, thank you. No, that's clear.
Thank you, Justice.
Okay, could you continue, Advocate Hassan, with your submissions, if any, after that clarification?
Sorry, Justice, could we just get confirmation that Dr. Manamela is currently seeing a medical doctor?
That's what I understand. That's what counsel is saying. He's currently seeing a medical doctor.
Okay.
And by 11:30, he will know better and doesn't know whether Dr. Manamela will be here then or not. That's what I hear. On that basis, are there any further submissions you'd like to make?
No, there are no further
Other than that,
submissions. I will inquire into the question you've, I'll research the question you've put to us.
Yes, thank you. Advocate Krause.
Thank you, Justice Moseneke. I can't add anything more than what my learned friend has already said. I have looked at Section 16 of the Arbitration Act that deals with witness. It doesn't specifically say that the arbitration is authorized to file, to issue a warrant, but it does say it will be the subpoena will be subject to the same conditions as if it was in a civil action. So, my learned friend just corrected me to get into course. We have no objection if the matter stand down, and we have a witness ready to proceed if the court wants to, if the arbitration wants to proceed.
Yes. But from you two, I'll require submissions on
The
what are the
issue,
implications of Section 16 of the Arbitration Act in these circumstances.
I will address the court as soon as I have an answer.
Very well. Advocate Groenewald.
Thank you, Justice. Justice, we take issue with the manner in which Dr. Manamela treats this arbitration proceedings. Yesterday, we were faced with an application for postponement at the day and at the time that the matter was supposed to proceed. Once again today, it's 9:30, it's 10 o'clock. She's now only at the doctor's. There's no explanation why she couldn't have gone to a doctor yesterday or this morning. And Justice, we submit that we will stand down, and we accept that we will stand down to hear from the doctor. and what the doctor has to say. What we submit that Dr. Manamela is not treating these proceedings with the respect that it deserves and the families. Well, that's all from us at this point. Thank you, Justice.
Okay. Counsel. I think I've reversed the order, which you normally have the last word, so I'll keep to the order. I'm sorry. Is there anything that you would like to say, Advocate Hina, on?
We don't really have any submissions, Justice. We concur with our learned friends that this is an apparent display of disregard of these proceedings by Dr. Manamela. And also bearing in mind that it's now 10, but we ought to have started at 9:30, and she was warned to be here at 9:30.
Yes. Advocate.
Morning, Justice.
Good morning. Good morning.
From our side, we can only rely on what the report says after her consultation with the doctor, and that should guide us as to her availability. So we do agree that if the matter can be stood down for that objective, then we'll be able to get an indication. We can't inquire into her fitness to be able to come to the stand now until we have been advised by the medical doctor. With regard to the aspect relating to the subpoena, our view is that the subpoena is still valid. If we accept that her absence is due to ill health, so that cannot be taken to be as intentional conduct on her part not to attend the proceedings. So it is still valid, unless if it can be shown that despite the subpoena, she willfully decided not to appear before these proceedings.
No, yeah, I hear the point, but that's not the point I was trying to get at. The point is a subpoena, just a matter of law, not even about these. A subpoena requires a witness to appear before specified hearing at a certain date, time, and place. And once the witness appears and is sworn in, the witness is warned to appear the following day. So the subpoena continues to run. And the proceedings, the tribunal, like an arbitration tribunal, would then regulate that by requiring the witness to appear until the evidence required of her has been done with. If there is a break in that, and a witness is ill for a week, how will the witness know when again to appear? And that's why courts would postpone proceedings to a specific date, and then, because the witness is not before it, it therefore cannot direct the witness to do anything. You issue a warrant which requires the witness to appear and get suspended until the witness appears on the next date of postponement. So I need your assistance on how to manage absence. I'm not questioning the illness. I'm saying a witness who doesn't turn up in an arbitration tribunal, how does the law require us to manage that situation?
Yes. What we say is that the witness will have to be in attendance until excused by the tribunal. But in this instance, we have been given an explanation of her absence, and which has been accepted that she wanted to, or she's in the process of consulting with a doctor, who will then make that report, which will give us an indication of her availability. It is only when she does not make herself available at the time when she is said to be in a position to appear, then the consequence of her failure to appear will then kick in.
Yeah, I don't think you get the crisp, narrow point I'm making if you just listen a little more carefully. I'm saying if the witness does not come at all today, okay?
Yes.
She's been told to appear today. Then how do you again get her to appear? Save and accept either with a warrant, which is suspended, and she's required to appear on a specific date, or ordered within the hearing to appear on a specific date. How will we, short of another subpoena, procure her attendance lawfully? That is the point.
Okay. Well, our submission on the failure of a witness to appear will come with the consequence of a warrant having to be issued for that failure. That's how it will be dealt with. The consequence of the failure will invite a subpoena, a warrant of arrest to be issued for that failure. That's how it will be dealt with.
Okay, sure. Now that's your submission. You'll get another opportunity when your colleagues make their submissions there. But I hear the point, and that's why courts do that. It's because the witness is not there to be directed when to appear again. So if she doesn't appear at all today, she's out of the reach of the tribunal. You get my point?
Indeed.
So you would have to require another subpoena if there is no other method of coercing her, which normally is a warrant, which that's why it's suspended, because the court doesn't know, is not able to determine whether the absence is intentional or not. It might be illness. It might be another valid excuse. That's why you suspend the warrant, and the person comes and explains her absence. So I'm inviting you, counsel, to think through, in arbitration tribunal, how do we secure the continued attendance of a witness that is recalcitrant? In other words, that has not appeared by whatever reason, good health, bad health, or other business. And that matter should still engage us. If she comes here and it turns out that she was in fact ill, then that is a valid explanation. But you still have to secure the witness to a specific time, date, place. And I'd like you to think about that as a matter of law. We're back with you, counsel. Is there anything else you want to say? This was your application that we stand down. You've heard the views of your colleagues. You have the right of reply.
Thank you, Justice.
I might say it's your second application in as many days.
In fact, there is only two things that I would like to reply to. And then the second one will be with regards to securing the witness. So first of all, it had been indicated by one or two of my colleagues that in fact the conduct of my client is unacceptable, which I will submit that it is fair under the circumstances. One does not choose to be sick, and on that particular basis, that's why I'm saying it's unfair.
No, the counsel was saying there's no explanation, listen to the point, why she didn't see the doctor last night or this morning before the hearing. You haven't told us. That is the complaint. It's not whether or not Dr. Manamela ought to be ill. It's we haven't heard from you why she couldn't have procured a doctor's advice last night or this morning.
With due respect, Justice, I've indicated that unless if I stand to be corrected, but I think I've indicated that yesterday she might have thought that she's tired, and therefore when she wake up in the morning she will be feeling much better. They say joy comes in the morning. So with regard, that's all, and that's why I'm saying I think it is unfair to say that my client is being unreasonable under the circumstances. And the second point with regards to the attendance.
Do you know, have you been instructed on when she fell ill?
No, but I've indicated that since yesterday. I don't know the time or the precise time. But that's what I could say with regards to that. The second point, I will come to the point wherein Chief Justice posed a question with regards to securing the attendance of my client. First of all, I would like to bring to the arbitration that my client had been compliant, her application had been dismissed, and therefore she came to testify. And she wanted to contribute meaningfully as it had been indicated earlier on. And we don't have an objection, taking into account the fact that the subpoena had been issued, and we consider that to be a valid subpoena as it is. And it will be fair that maybe a warrant of arrest, we don't have an objection if it is issued and be stayed until the date wherein my client will have to come and appear. And obviously that will be determined by the doctor's note that I've indicated that I request that we stand down. That's all in that regard.
Thank you. It appears to me, unless another counsel has some bright idea, blindingly smart idea, I'm going to adjourn. It's 10:10 to 11:30, and we're going to resume here, counsel, at 11:30 at your bidding to listen to you. Very well. Is there anything else that counsel would like to say? No. We're adjourned till 11:30.